Hi there, welcome to the Together class for Class in the Box 6. And in this class, we will be creating this beautiful layout with the baubles hanging down the left-hand side there. And just generally a photo in the centre with lots of little bits and pieces behind it. To begin with then, I've used the Evergreen and Holiday Wishes papers. And I've just torn a strip across, which is probably an inch and a half deep or 2.5 centimetres deep. And as you can see there, I'm just sort of curling the edges and generally distressing it. I've also doing the same with the evergreen paper. Actually, I'm not sure which one I've done there, but it's going to be the same process for both. And they're both about the same height. I'll offset one against the other and just so that they can be the same size. So my plan is, as I say, to use those bauble die cuts down the left-hand side. I fussy cut out some of the stockings from the stocking paper, and they're going to dangle from the top as well. What's not to love about dangly stockings, eh? So just pick 2 stockings. I think I'd cut out more, and I know there are die cuts too, so whichever ones you want to use. I like a bit of fussy cutting, so I'd gone for that. So there's that evergreen paper behind. If you have used yours, feel free to use another. I kind of stuck to my own papers I'd used on my classes, just so that Julie and I could work together. You'll see later on in the layout that I've actually adhered pom-pom trim between those 2 layers even. So you could do that before sticking them together, because that will make your life so much easier. And I'm going to use the, is it like a snowstorm kind of snowflakes and snow kind of stencil that's in the kit. And I'm just going to lay down some of that colour behind my photo area. I think I'm using broken china there, so whatever blue ink you have is all good. I'm just deciding where the photo's going roughly, because what I always do is put down some colour and then cover it all up. So I was trying to be good. So again, pick a paper that goes with your photograph. My photo is a landscape one, and I think it's just short of a 6x4 photo, but whatever size you can adjust. This is really adaptable, so if you've got a slightly larger or a slightly smaller photo, you can just adjust the doings on the right hand side there around the photo. Oh, and also I should say at this point we didn't have the 6x8 paper pad, so please feel free to just use the papers out of that paper pad, and then you can save your big papers for more projects. So don't forget that at all. What you will need is that one of the little strips from the 6x4, or is it the tag paper? Beg your pardon. So let's have a look. Did I write it down? Oh, what fun paper it's called. And I'm just going to fussy cut around there. You could make this yourself, obviously, but good old Vicky has taken all the work for us and made it really easy. But I just trimmed mine rather than having a big block across the top. I've just trimmed around those labels and so on. So just take your time and trim around that little heart. We're obviously having a gossip here, look. It was so much fun to create together actually for a change, so we definitely said we'd do that on the next one. So whilst I am just finishing that piece off, what you'll find is I've added some staples just to just give it a bit of decoration. You could ink that if you want to, so if that's your kind of thing, to have a little bit more definition, that would look great. I've just used some of the stickers from the sticker book just to embellish it a little bit more. You can map some onto foam tape, however you wish. Now, of course, the stamps didn't arrive either, so we were short on quite a few things by this point. So, so, again, please use the stamps more because, as I say, we'd ordered them and they've only just arrived. So, thanks, American Crafts. I know there's been delays, and probably everybody knows this, but there's been quite a few delays with American Crafts in general. Apparently, things coming out of China, they have a certain quota, and if it doesn't fit in that container, then tough luck, basically. So I know lots of people have been having embellishments with no papers, or papers and no embellishments, so it's just been going on and on. I think we had our first batch arrive as on time in the back end of July, and we've literally only had a 6x8 paper pad, stamps and puffy stickers this week, and that's November, so it really didn't help us very much at all. So those die cuts, I think they don't know if they had a very good hole, so I've just poked a hole with my pokey tool and then just twiddled it about a bit just to make it a little bit bigger. And I've just threaded in some of that really fine wax thread that's in your kit, and I'm just kind of curling those ornaments slightly so that it gives them a bit of dimension. They will be going on to foam tape. So just so that there is a little bit more interest on that left-hand side, I'm just going to use a gold ink to splatter down that left side there. I mean, if you've got gold ink, go ahead and use that, or whatever colour ink you'd like. You could use your distress inks again. But as it's Christmas, I felt it needed a bit of gold. So I'm just going to lose that top piece. I'm going to stick that down while I think about it. And then I will adhere I think I'm adhering the twine to the back of those ornaments, and then sticking it all into place. Or shall I just carry on with the tags? Okay, there was a lot to remember on this video, I'm afraid. So one thing I do like to do, as you probably already know, I do like to hang a couple of tags below my photo. It just gives you a nice place to add a ribbon or a bit of twine, a little bit of movement and texture onto your page. So that's my main use for a tag. But it is my favourite thing to do, to be fair. Right, here we go. So I knew I was going to add those ornaments. So I've put some foam tape on the back of mine, and I've just used the 3. I'll be using the 3 and the 2 stockings. You can use more because there are more in the pack if you want to, so up to you. But just choose 3 different types, so you've got a nice selection. I shall stick my twine, as I say, back to the back of my ornament, just to make life easy. So just make sure you've got enough twine to reach the top. Ooh, threading mine through that little hole there just to make it look more realistic. So have you ever done that, where you have gone to so much effort to thread your bauble and make it all look nice? It's a real pain, but actually you're just better off not to do what you would do in real life, is just to add a bit of twine, add a bow, and no one's going to know that you've kind of fiddled it, which is what I'm doing here. But yes, I've spent hours trying to get things tied together and make it look good. I think they do look better if you overlay and overlap them slightly. So just to, prove the aesthetic there, you can see I've overlapped mine. And I'm just going to bring them together now. And I'll secure them in place when I secure those stockings. So you just want to pick 2 stockings, one pointing left, one pointing right. And they'll keep our little bits of twine in place nicely. My photo is really old. My daughter's 17 now, but this is when she was at that cute stage and really liked to have a giggle with her daddy, and it's such a cute photo. I think the rare thing is actually getting my hubby on the photos rather than my daughter. She was always quite happy to have a photo taken. So I think we went for a walk on Boxing Day. So I just absolutely love the photo. I've probably scrapped it a few times, to be fair. So you just want to pick some foliage. Kind of my plan is that all this is dangling down from a branch. So that was the kind of thing I'm looking for. There is some bits of foliage within the those die cuts, or you could die cut your own. So, but that's the kind of look I was going for. And you're just going to make a little bow to go on top of each bauble. So it's super duper cute. There should be enough twine in your pack to do all of these, but just be a bit frugal just in case. Always worry that things run out. And although it is a bit fiddly, it's worthwhile. Or you could add, it'd look really pretty if you've got some gold string, or I always look for packaging at this time of year. So things to wrap up presents at Sainsbury's, they always have a fantastic selection of little trims and things. But anywhere, or any supermarket or whatever, have great little ornaments and things nowadays. So be on the lookout for those, and those could be a great addition to this layout. I'm just going to use one of those, there's a little chipboard birdie, which is absolutely adorable, so she's got to go on there. And I do add a star and a little bit of twine, but really, however you want to decorate your little arrangement would be great. I think there is the only thing I have added to my layout that's probably worth of noting is I had a bit of paper left over, so I added a little photo mat to the bottom of my page, which I rounded the corners. I think I've used a bit of leftover the evergreen, but again, you've got lots of paper in your kit, so if you've got a bit left over, it was just another way to kind of ground a few more elements. I did plan to put on one of the puffy stickers as my title I was going to use together, and as that hadn't arrived by the time we had all this go to print, I should share that online with you. And the other thing that I did off camera is I just added some little gems around those ornaments, which turned out really cute. So again, you'll see those on the close-ups, but just take your time, add a little gem here and there in little clusters. They're different sizes and they look good if you use the different sizes. So hopefully I'll just leave you some music that saves my voice, because I'm losing my voice. And if you have any questions, then don't hesitate to get in touch. I hope you enjoy the rest of the class, and I will see you on the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.